What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we are going to be talking about things to do in Arizona during the summertime. So, this is going to be for kids, families, and even couples, people who just like to go out and have a good time at theme parks, amusement parks, recreational facilities. That's what this video is all about. If you're new to living in Arizona, or you've been here for a while and you want to keep up with this channel, subscribe to this channel called Living in Arizona. Just hit right here and turn on the bell to get notified when we drop a new video. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the fun things to do. So one of the things you can do is just go right onto Google Maps and type in theme park. If you type in amusement park, you won't get castles and coasters. And that's the very first place that I want to talk about on this here. So this is Castles and Coasters. It's probably the best amusement park we have here in Arizona until they do, or if they do build Dreamport Village down in Casa Grande, but that's still many years out. But this is it. This is like the big spot. It's got a roller coaster called Desert Storm. It's got a log ride. This log ride's pretty popular. This is a good place to go, 7 o'clock at night on a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. Golfing down here, mini golf if you like mini golf. I used to love mini golf there. They've got this ride, this pirate ship. I've ridden that a couple times, but mini golf is really fun there, so that's a good thing for the kids. They've got this ride here. Let's see if that'll ever pull up. It looks like it's not. But then they've got these golf carts or go-karts, the little Indy. I always liked riding the go-karts there. I thought that was pretty fun. Like I said, the log ride, the bumper boats, you will get wet, especially if you bump into people, so be prepared for that. Same with the log ride. I mean, when you go to Castles and Coasters, you're going to get wet, so just keep that in mind. And then another place just so you know, that's off of I-17 and, basically I-17 in Peoria. It's kind of on the fringe of Glendale and North or West Phoenix. So the next place that I'm going to recommend is over towards Scottsdale. It's called Cracker Jacks. This is another one of those places. It's kind of older. You don't know if it's staying in business or going out of business, but it's got the bumper boats. It doesn't have a roller coaster though, but it does have mini golf. Go-karts are really popular there for the kids. They love doing the go-karts. They love the mini golf, like I said. And, basically the go-karts and the mini golf and the bumper boats are the big things you're going to get there. But hey, it's a thing to do. Spend a couple hours, get the kids excited about, having fun. And also they have a driving range there. This is on Scottsdale Road and Frank Lloyd Wright. So Cracker Jacks, add that to your list over in Scottsdale. Now, if you're going to go to water parks, which obviously is really fun to do, there's this used to be called Water World back in the day, back when I used to go there. Now it's called Hurricane Harbor because Six Flags now owns it. So you can see this right here, Six Flags, also formerly known as Water World. Lots of fun rides here. I remember, I think they have a ride called Kilimanjaro. It's this really tall slide, and you had to be a real ballsy kid to go on Kilimanjaro. But it's fast. They've got this ride here. We've seen these before. This is actually new since they didn't have that when I was a kid. But that's called Hurricane Harbor. That's over on Pinnacle Peak, just west of the I-17, the Black Canyon Freeway. Now, there is other water parks, and we're going to go check those out right now. So the next one is going to be Big Surf. This is probably my favorite one right now because it's got the big... I like to go in these wave pools. It's probably not too much fun when it's really crowded, but you can see, let's see if I can get this... let's see if I can zoom in here and take a look closer up on that. So yeah, that's a big wave pool. It does have a big wave, and it goes about every 10 to 15 minutes. I don't remember the exact interval, but it's pretty cool. I like Big Surf. That one is going to be just off the 101, thereabouts, and McClintock. So, you guys know the area. It's near the Desert Botanical Garden, but this area right here, you just get off the 101 and McClintock, McKellips. Where's Rural or Scottsdale Road? So it's actually just east of Scottsdale Road. I recommend Sunsplash or Big Surf. The next one's going to be Sunsplash, Golfland Sunsplash. They've got a putt-putt green and they also have a water slide park. I would say between Hurricane Harbor, Sunsplash, Big Surf, all three, you want to go to all three. They're both really pretty cool, and you're gonna like them. But Golfland Sunsplash does have the golf course. Again, you're gonna want to wear sunscreen. I mean, they also have the arcade here so Sunsplash has the arcade, the mini golf, and the water park. So maybe if you like that, Sunsplash might be something you can go to once or twice in one summer. So that's three or four things, water parks to check out. Well, 3 water parks, but you can go for, some of them you can go twice in one summer, consecutive summer. So the kids, if you're worried about having things to do for kids, I mean, Golfland Sunsplash is pretty cool. And then, check that one out. Also, for if you're into trampoline parks, they have this one called Gravity Extreme Zone Trampoline and Adventure Park. That's down in Chandler off of the I-10 and the 202. So Gravity Extreme Zone. Look at this trampoline park. This is another thing to do. It's indoors. You can do it in the summer or the winter. Whereas the water parks, obviously, you can't really do water parks in the winter, but you can do them in the summer. And then you also have right next to that in Chandler again, you have Makutu's Island, tropical themed indoor play center. Another really good thing year round. It just depends on what you're into, but if your kids like to have fun and be in these tropical kind of themes, Makutu's, whatever, however you say that. Oh gosh, man. This is all new. This wasn't here when I was a kid, but it doesn't matter if it was there or not. It's there now, right? So check that place out. It's this indoor gym thing. And then you have other places around here. You have this Enchanted Island. This is old school. This is like one of the first ones out there. Enchanted Island Amusement Park. So you can see it's kind of played out. It's old school. I don't know. It's worth checking out, but it's older. It's kind of like Coney Island. Coney Island used to be the bee's knees. Now it's kind of like, okay, Coney Island. I'd rather go to Universal Studios or Six Flags or something like that, right? This is kind of like the Coney Island of Phoenix. It's been around for a while. And then, so you have Pangea, Land of the Dinosaurs. This is another really popular one. Actually, it's in that area around Butterfly Wonderland and Odyssey Aquarium. So this is like this whole area off the Loop 101. So you basically got to get off on Indian Bend, or you could get off on Via de Ventura. It looks like, yeah. And so you have the Butterfly Wonderland, which is cool, right? I mean, I think it's cool if kids like to see butterflies, and it's got a lot of variety. It's kind of indoors, so that's good, right? And then you back that out, and you'll also see, even though this isn't here, like this must be an old picture, but Odyssey in the Desert Aquarium, they even had dolphins here. But they have lots of marine mammals, and people like this place, especially if your kids have never been to SeaWorld. This is like a good alternative if you want to introduce them to marine wildlife. Being out here in the desert, there's not too much opportunity to be around aquariums and stuff, but it's a pretty decent starting point for an aquarium. For a desert aquarium, it does all good. But there's been a lot of controversy around this because, animals in captivity, which is kind of like a thing. And then, yeah, like I said, the Pangea, Land of the Dinosaurs, it's another educational thing. So I would say this is, each one of these you could do 2 in one day, or you could do all 3 in one day. But for the most part, it's gonna add up. So maybe it's something that you do over time. You don't have to do it all in one day. And it's just more and more stuff that you can do for the family, or take your girlfriend on a date. I don't know. So that's another thing. That whole area. So in that area of Scottsdale, Pangea, Land of the Dinosaurs, Odyssey Aquarium, and Butterfly Wonderland. Like I said, you probably do that 3 different days because it does add up. It is kind of pricey. And then if you just wanted to go around to some of the other places, you've got Uptown Jungle Fun Park, another one in Chandler. This is, it's kind of cool. Look at it. I mean, they've got this kind of stuff, right? Kids like that. It's a way for them to get out there and have some fun and enjoy life on a Friday night, or go for a birthday party or something like that. So plenty of things to do around the Phoenix area, really, this is Phoenix Metro right here. You even have some stuff out in Southeast Valley, which is coming up, Founders Park, Splash Pad, and whatnot. And then you have, so another thing that people like to do is go to baseball games in the summertime. And where better to go see a baseball game than Chase Field, where the D-backs play. Let's take a look at Chase Field. It's got the retractable roof. So when it's 110 degrees out, bam, they close that roof. Look at that. Great experience. I mean, the ambiance of Bank One Ballpark back in the day, now called Chase Field, as a kid, I remember just being so amazed because they would be closing the roof. And this was back in early 2000s when that, or late 90s, when this was a big technology. Like, whoa, they're closing the roof. They would play this dramatic music, and then the Diamondbacks would take the field, and it would just be like this really cool experience, and it still is. But it's older now. It's a, 20-year-old ballpark. That's Talking Stick Arena. There's not much going on in the summertime because the Suns are done. And hockey is no longer played there, and that's also during the same season. So if you want some more of that stuff to do around the zoo, kind of animals in captivity, which I go to the zoo. I don't know. I mean, I've been going to zoos all my life. I don't get to, I don't try to virtue signal or anything and pretend like I'm something I'm not. I go to the zoo, and I mean, I like to see animals happy, and I like to see animals in big exhibits, and I'm cool with that. But yeah, I mean, I go to the zoo, and it's a pretty cool zoo. Like I said, I like to see the animals happy. I like to see them in big exhibits. I would say Phoenix Zoo could do a little bit better job of making the animals exhibits a little bit bigger, just to ensure that the animals don't get bored. But you could see they've got the lions, they've got wolves. Phoenix Zoo used to be, in my opinion, one of the best zoos in all of America. Honestly, it hasn't been managed to the same. The grounds just didn't strike me like they used to. I don't know if the drought's gotten to it or what, but this one used to be almost, I would say, it was kind of almost better than San Diego Zoo. Nowadays, San Diego Zoo is much better. But it's just like the location. I mean, it was built right against the Papago Rocks. So you got giraffes. Great place. Kids love this place still. I mean, they got a petting zoo and all that. It's still a desert oasis. Beautiful place. Look at that. So Phoenix Zoo is definitely something to consider. And in that same area, you're also going to have the Desert Botanical Garden like we talked about earlier. There's actually a couple botanical gardens in that area, isn't there? Yeah, but there's the Botanical Garden here. That's a place maybe kids would like, but probably more adult fun. But in the summertime, it's a little bit hot to be out at the zoo or Botanical Garden, but it's something to add to the list of things to do if you stay in the shade and wear your covered hat, you could check it out. So anyways, this is summer fun, summer things to do. There's a couple other things, obviously, off the beaten path, hikes and trails. And we already went over the water recreation, but this is stuff that's indoor kind of, or at least in the city, things to do. Thanks to everyone who's been watching these videos and hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel, watching these other videos if you like. There's plenty on here about Arizona and Phoenix. See you guys next time.